and it's a beautiful bicolor perennial, produces a single deep magenta red flower on top of a low mound, blue-green foliage, and a continuous rebloomer. It's also considered to be a fragrant flower and attracts butterflies and your friendly other pollinators. Next picture, please. Okay, now this is the fern sensitive. It's also commonly known as fern sensitive fern. This is a new fern we had got last year, but the crop was very thin. It was planted back in 6/18 of last year, so it should be well rooted this year. So we should be able to move this into current without no problem for this year. It is a zone 4 to zone 8. It would get 3 to 4 feet in height to 3 to 4 feet in width. Sorry about that one. This is a non-flowering variety. It is considered to be in a 1 gallon as a part of the American Beauty series. It does very well in clay soil, and it likes to be in the medium to sort of wet soil. It does good in part shade to full shade. So this is a variety you could plant in these areas like your trees or shady areas in your yard. But like I said, this is one of the newer varieties of ferns what we have for you. Next picture, please. Now, this is the Heliopsis bleeding heart. We did have this. We did put this on current last year. We did this introduction of a new variety we had. We got this late, put it in late during the fall season. It's also called false sunflower. It is zone 3 to zone 9. It's 4 feet in height to 18 inches in width. It is an orange with accent of yellow. What's striking about this one is just that it has this sort of two-tone color when it comes to foliage, with this very striking, beautiful, bright flower to it. This is another variety. It's part of the American Beauty series. It likes the average to normal clay soil. Bloom time for this is midsummer to mid-fall. It's a great variety to choose for attracting butterflies. Water is needed during the hot summer. Long blooming and carefree. Deadhead to prolong and display for even to last even longer. It does not to be left on the dry side. So this variety is not drought tolerant. So you want to make sure you keep that in mind. We have 152 of these varieties left right now in the system, but we are going to be getting another 300 and it will be canned in June. And we'll be releasing that crop in the late summer. Next picture, please. This is the Huchera Green Spice. This is another new variety we are introducing to you for the 2021. It's also known as Coral Bells. This is a zone 4 to zone 9. It gets 9 inches in height to 16 inches in width. It has more of a tiny cream-like flower to it. This is also another variety of part of our American Beauty series. It likes the average soil. Bloom time for this is between the late spring to midsummer. This variety, it recommends that you put it at least 6 hours of direct sun to 4 to 6 hours to part shade. So it's also good for bored green leaves. This variety has a silver overlay of darker green edges and red veins. Colors are particularly strong during the cooler months, and a tiny green flower are produced up on 28-inch scapes. Now, the thing about this, when you first get it, the foliage is going to be, as you can see, that more of that off-white on the top of the leaves. But as the season gets cooler, the veins will start turning more of that rich purple-like color. So you will have a tune tone for this. But at the beginning, it's bright. But then going to head towards the fall season, you will see a color change for this variety right here. Next picture, please. Okay, now we're going to be going into the iris. Jeff wanted to discuss the iris, but he's part of that meeting up front. So, but with the iris we have here, the very first one is the Royal Highness, also known as beard iris. These iris are zone 3 to zone 9. It would get 2 to 3 feet in height to 1 to 2 feet in width. This is a rose pink. It's in 19 centimeter, which refers to being moist, the well-drained soil. It is considered to be a summer bloomer. Now, some of these newer varieties we're getting here, they're also going to be they bloom sort of twice in the season, once in the spring and one more time during the fall if the conditions are good for it. This one is won the award of the merit in 2016. The finish date for this is going to be considered to be in mid-April. It is a rose pink and highlights with soft blue beards. It bloom once in the spring and again in the later months. This variety is considered to be deer and drought tolerant. Next picture, please. This is the Royal Highness iris. It's also known as tall beard iris. It's more of a 36 inches in height to 12 to 18 inches in width. This have purple shades to it. It is a 19 centimeter. I'm sorry, this is a heavy traffic area today. Sorry about that. So really heavy. I'm sorry. It is a 19 centimeter. It likes the average soil. Blooms late in the spring to early summer, and this variety once again is a rebloomer. Once in the spring and later on in the fall. It's a purple ruffled blooms that bloom twice in the season. Deer rabbit resistant, drought tolerant, and excellent for border plants and cut flowers and mass planting. Next picture, please. Now, this variety is one of my favorite ones. This is the Iris Ozark Rebounder. Also known as tall beard iris. This is a zone 4 to zone 9. This will get 34 inches in height. It is a rich, dark, royal purple flower. As you can see, it actually will give you some great contrast if you add it to a landscape which is pretty kind of bright. It likes to be in the average soil. Bloom time for this in the late spring and early summer. Like I said, another variety, it is a rebloomer. Royal purple ruffles blooms overlaid with a velvety near black painting, deer resistant, and good for cut flowers and mass planting. Next picture, please. All right, this is the Iris Pleasant Peasant. It's also known as tall beard, zone 3 to zone 10. This is more of your bright golden yellow flower. It is also in a 19 centimeter. It takes the average soil. The bloom time for this also once again early spring to late summer. It's also considered to be a rebloomer. Bright golden yellow that attracts butterflies, hummingbirds, and humans alike. Light and spicy fragrance scent, and they're deer resistant and drought tolerant. Next picture, please. Now this, I think Jeff wanted to talk about a lot of crossbreeding for these varieties. Because if you do a lot of crossbreeding, you get this incredible selection and source of different varieties and also color. This one right here is the rock star. It's also known as tall beard iris. This is zone 4 to zone 9. It will get 28 inches, 30 inches in height. It is more of a purple white flower. It is planted in 19 centimeter. Takes the average soil. Bloom time for this also will be in the early summer to mid fall. Another rebloomer. Spectacular colors of purple, white makes this the iris ideal for cutting and your garden highlights. And this is also considered to be deer and rabbit resistant and drought tolerant. Next picture, please. Now, this one right here is called the Innocent Star. It does look like the rock star, but the difference between these two is that this one has more of a yellow center compared to rock star is more white. So they are similar to appearance, but there is a color difference between it. Rock star is more white, and Innocent Star is more yellow. This one is also zone 4 to zone 9. It gets 24 inches in height to 24 inches in width. It's a purple, yellow, white flower. It's going to be in a 1 gallon pot. First being well-drained soil, bloom late in the spring and fall. This variety is considered to be drought tolerant. Late flowering season, possible, like I said, for all these, they're possible rebloomers. Late spring when conditions are good. We bloom in late summer to early fall. And this variety is also considered to be deer resistant and a very fragrant flower. Now, this is one of their newer varieties. The last two are the newer varieties we have for introduction for the iris. Now, also, too, I want to say is that all the iris are put in minimum heat houses. They don't want them to go down 30 degrees in temperature. The picture you see on the right is actually the plant what it looks like right now. These are in now Jeff's not going to really turn the heat up for these. He's going to have these come up as more of a natural season crop. but he doesn't really have these things go dormant during the winter season. So these are over there located in X3, but like you guys can see, they're already starting to grow. I won't put this in until temperatures are above 38 degrees. But like I said, low minimum heat houses these are in right now. And if you go to the very last and final picture, this is the iris my friend Joe Nathan, also known as Tall Beard. This is a zone 3 to zone 9, 24 inches in height to 24 inches in width. This is more of a copper tone with hints of pink and lavender and butterscotch onto it. It's also in the 1 gallon, prefers to be in well-drained soil, blooms in the late spring and fall, as variety is considered to be drought tolerant. Lovely fragrance of excellent cut flowers, plant in the full sun to part shade, and this variety is also another rebloomer. Now, this picture was taken back in November. So as you can see, this is a variety, as long as your conditions are right for these varieties, where Jeff was going to go into more details with that the next time he sees you. As you can see, it is blooming again in the fall. So you will get a spring bloom and you will get a fall bloom. So another thing he wanted to recommend, we want to try to have customers try to talk them into trying to take these early as soon as I put them on. I'm going to try them on as soon as I see some buds showing up on them, because what I don't want is to be really tall and a lot of good buds on it, because shipping, I'm worried that we start the buds might break or get snapped in the transportation. So we'll just try to keep that in mind when you talk to your customers about these. And I think that's all I have.